Good evening, Patriots. Welcome to the National Awakening. This is where we basically awaken the souls and information that need to be discussed over the long week that we have, the work week. Our last show was 7 days ago. We're doing them every Friday. Souls volume. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm a little bit disorganized because I rushed in, and I consider myself kind of the average guy. I basically work a full work week, 8 to 5 job, and then come home and I do research all week. So I barely sleep, it seems like. But there's so much going on, it's hard to ignore. I'm not one of these people, and I'm sure we all know this, people like this that just kind of bury your head in the sand and go to work, come home, whatever, rent a movie on Redbox and get pizza on the weekends and do anything. Here's the thing. Yeah, I love that. But there's so many things going on around us. How do you ignore this? Now, if you want to go back a few years ago, sure, not a problem ignoring it because things weren't out of control like this. Right now, these things are completely out of control. Let's talk about out of control for a little bit. One of the big stories that I had picked up this week and put it on California Patriots Resistance. You guys might have seen, some of the listeners might have seen that we have it's the Prime Minister of Canada essentially came out and confirmed what we've been saying all along, that there is troops in China, there's plenty of troops in China. There's troops in Canada, guys. And this is in our backyard. And they came forward and said that they've done multiple training exercises with the Canadian Army. This is in our backyard. To me, okay, this is equivalent or worse to the Cuban Missile Crisis. This is in our backyard. This is like sitting off the coast with Cuba. You guys remember that? When we had Khrushchev brought nuclear missiles over to Cuba. This is similar because there's massive troops sitting up here in the north, and they're practicing training missions, practicing with the Canadian troops, practicing missions to invade. This is crazy. Now we had a story over about a year ago, and I was on a different show with a different guy, and we had announced, it was one of my first shows, and I actually got the information and found out that some troops did come ashore on the Great Lakes, probing, probably, who knows, lost, missed, whatever. The people that spotted them called 911, went to check it out, they were gone. But this was multiple accounts of people in communities right off the Great Lakes that said they seen Chinese soldiers coming ashore. So I would say they probably had probed. They might have had a practice mission that got lost. I don't think I lost it. Anyway, hey, how you doing? Hello, M1. So we got the information that we got was from last month, okay? But here's the thing: why is mainstream media not covering this? I mean, this is a huge story. This is, and the thing is, back when all this other stuff happened a year ago, even when Trump was in, hey, how you doing, Maria? This was not covered by the mainstream media. Why? They're too busy talking about the border or Black Lives Matter or this and that. And we got troops sitting right off our coast here. I mean, literally. And you know what? I'd love to pull that and put that article up. But if you guys have been on California Patriots Resistance, which is SMD, you'll see those articles that I posted up there, and I got them from InfoWars. It's amazing to think that. let me grab my little thing here. I'll light up a smoky. We'll let some people come in. It's nice to see everybody. It's a long work week. It's hot here in California. We got some really nice weather this week. I don't know if you guys had been following a lot of different things with that's happening on the globe, but this is fascinating, guys. This is absolutely fascinating. It's not just the United States that's going through this global reset. This is happening around the world. We're talking all the countries are affected, and we don't hear a lot of national news or foreign news from this. We're in our own little worlds. We're doing our thing. So it's not like it's going to pop up on Fox. Once in a while, late night, you'll see something. But what's happening right now, literally, you guys, France is literally on the brink of a civil war. I mean, it is insanity over there going on. 20 of their main generals, now they're retired generals, but these were top generals, had came forward and said, civil war, it's going to happen. They've been warning the people. Now, check this out, okay? Because we live pretty comfortably here for the most part in the United States, right? Something happens in your neighborhood. There's a domestic violence or your neighbors or something gets crazy. Someone's fighting out there. Somebody's going to call the cops, right? And the cops come and they usually calm the situation down, whatever it may be. If someone goes to jail, they go to jail. Well, let me tell you what happens when you call the cops in France. And this is happening. This is news. The cops will be called, and if they go into certain areas, well, we know here if you go into certain areas, you're screwed there. But and for the most part of all the areas there, the regular police that are called out, they're stoned and attacked. Their cop cars are just pummeled. People are just throwing. I mean, the whole community is involved. Cops can't even go out to regular calls, guys. So we're seeing this stuff going on in France. We're seeing the disruptions going on here in our own country, and we are a tinderbox just waiting to explode. We know that. We all know that. Anybody that's following things, that it's a tinderbox. But it's not just here. It's not just France. We're talking about Italy, Greece. It's happening all over. United Kingdom. It's the world's in chaos right now. It really is. We know Indonesia that I got a friend that's Vietnamese. He's been here. He's probably one of the most patriotic guys I've ever met in my life. I mean, this guy, man, he'll die for the flag. This guy's badass. He loves his country. He gives me a lot of intel over there. And, the Vietnamese people are extremely scared of China right now. China is showing so much posture. And to think, guys, now we had, and I remember going back, if you want to go back 20 years ago, I did a thing on the troops that were here in Long Beach. People go, well, what do you mean that we're here in Long Beach? There was 20,000 hardcore trained troops here in Long Beach 20 years ago. With so much pressure with public opinion, they were forced to move them out of there. But they had sovereign land there. Now, what you see is over there, and there's a whole articles on all that. It's really the docking stations for Costco in here in Long Beach, at that same marina that was had troops on it. So this stuff's been going on a long time. They've been trying to place troops in different places around this country for a long time, guys. And they found a weakness in Canada. We know Trudeau, am I saying that right? Trudeau is a POS. This guy's a piece of junk, man. He has sold out that country. It's unbelievable. Talk about sellouts. There's a lot of connections, guys. We've talked about this before, too. There's a lot of connections with Fauci from Wuhan. He was instrumental. He was all up in that stuff when it was first going on. So we know these. Okay, there's things that you know in your gut, but now we're starting to be able to prove a lot of these things. So the whole mask thing is just, it's crazy. Oh, we talked, I almost got in a fight. I'll tell you guys a quick little story. So on Wednesday, I get ready to go to work. You know what? I keep forgetting. I got to put this link out too for some folks. But I'm getting ready to go to work. start up the car, warm it up, cruise over to AM/PM, want to get some coffee. Uh, and I'm waiting in line, not thinking much. This guy, I see this guy that's, in the front of the line there, just like pounding on that. You know how they have the plexiglass, so the spit glass or whatever you want to call it. So I'm watching this guy just pound on that crap, dude. And I'm still kind of going, well, I don't know what's going on. So I start listening a little bit, and he's screaming at the guy behind the counter. The guy behind the counter is a short little dude. He's fun. I mean, the guy's cool, man. He's like half Mexican and half like Italian or something. This is a little guy, dude. Real funny, nice guy. But anyway, let me get this out. Let me get my shares out here. He's screaming at the guy because the guy doesn't have a mask on. You're endangering my freaking life. You're infecting everybody in this store. And I thought to myself, it took me a second because I was still waking up, guys. And I go, hey, you. And the guy turns around and he looks at me. And he's a pretty good sized guy. I don't care. But I said, fuck you and your mask. Fuck you, dude. And before I could even finish the last FU bomb, this short black guy that's all stocky runs in front of me and just gets up in this dude's face and goes, get the hell out of here. You don't ever talk to these people like that. Because we all know them, and that's the beautiful thing about a tight community, guys. When people are good to you, you're good back to them, and these people have been really good to us, you get to where you know their names, you go in there, you have coffee, and it's an AM/PM. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like a little mom and pop, which you even have a better connection to. But so I ended up telling the dude, get the hell out of here. And I was looking at them, it was a guy and a girl behind the counter, and they're like, we don't know what to do. They don't want to serve them. They're saying, no, we're not serving you. They have the right to refuse service. The guy goes, well, give me $12 on number 8 or whatever. And he's not getting it. So I went up to the counter and I got his money and just smacked it off the counter. Get the fuck out of here. And the black dude's going, get the hell out of here, bro, before me and this dude fuck you up. And he finally goes, oh, I'm calling the corporate office. Get out of here. Call the corporate office. You know what? Take your corporate office and shove it up your boop. You know what I mean? And I grab my coffee and I put my money on the counter, and the girl goes, have a good day, Scott. So they gave me a free coffee and a pack of cigarettes. I thought it was pretty cool. But it is. There's such a fear that's going on. And it's everywhere, guys. Now, of course, you go into Arizona, you go to some of the other cool states. You don't have it's not like here. I was over in Arizona. I walked into a Walmart and I had to do a selfie, guys. I was like, yeah, because the Walmart signs behind you, which I hate Walmart, but I needed to go in there. I needed something, and I'm out of town. But just the fact that I didn't have to wear a mask in there, because you go do that over here, guys. Unless you're with 4 or 5 guys, little people are gonna chase you around. You get these Karens that were like, they're coming after you, bro. There was a lady with a shield and a mask just staring at me, man, following me down every aisle one time because I had pulled it down. You know how you pull it, you can't breathe real good. I mean, you go in a store, you can breathe for about 5 minutes with that mask on. You've got to pull it down. So I had it like this. They're mask Nazis. And you know what? This is the part of the thing. The leftist is training people like that. It's programming. It's in every aspect of where we're at. It's not just on the TV. I turn the radio on at work and I'm cranking up, Billy Idol and cranking out jams and just, doing my job, man, hanging out. And it's like every 10 minutes there's a commercial. Make sure you get your vaccinations. You get make sure you wear your mask. Stay safe, 6 feet apart. And I'm over it, man. They can take that mask. You know what I'm going to say, but I'm just saying, I'm really over it. I'm done. So you get me on a tangent on that, but yeah, Spain, Italy, Greece, they're you know what? These guys are probably going to pop before we pop here. So remember, and especially we've said this before, United Kingdom and parts of Europe is definitely the canary in the coal mine. Every time they start stuff there, guys, it comes here. It's like testing ground because they've got their borders are open too. They have huge invasion of Muslims. Now we have our border open. And you notice how the news has been really kind of quiet on the whole border thing. One of the things was we found out, I mean, InfoWars is about the only news group that's covering down there. So there's so much going on. There's so much going on that we're not even hearing about. It's nuts. I will say this. I did hear this on the news. And it was on InfoWars. I found it. The main chief of the Border Patrol for the entire, deal. I mean, he's like the main guy inspector, right? He came out the other day and said, you know what? This whole thing with not being able to call them illegal aliens, because they wanted to call them, I don't know, what was it? Some other name. It was like territory violators or something. I mean, it was something stupid, right? It was like, and he did come out and said, no, we're not doing that. We're calling them freaking illegal aliens. I'm not going along with that. It is what it is. What you try to dress up something with lipstick and call it something else? No, this is a violation. This is another thing that pisses me off. We're seeing people after people after people being charged, not just from going into the Capitol building, guys. So I want you to think about that. If you have a friend or anybody you know that went there, just watching Trump's speech there, guess what? They're starting to put pressure on those people. We've heard of 2 different raids by the FBI. They weren't even in the building. So it goes along with, if you guys watched or heard anything about Biden's so-called, what was the name? What did they call it? They called it the Congress speech or something. Listen, what it's supposed to be at this time of year is it's to the nation. It's called the national, brain fart. It's when he talks to the nation, okay? It wasn't for Congress. They're doing this, and it was all separated. If you guys heard about or seen it, there's like hardly any people in there.
Yeah, there was 200 instead of like.
Yeah, there's like 200 people in there. Dude, what was it? The guy from Texas, Cruz? Dude was sleeping in there, dude. It was awesome, man. Because you know what? It's a bunch of bullshit. Every single thing that came out of his mouth was generally a lie, except for him wanting to do what he's going to do to us. That ain't no lie. And they're going to use the full force of the federal government to start coming after patriots. Literally, if you guys listen to what he said, I'd love to play that clip. You know what? I'm still playing with this new program that I'm on. But literally, what he said was that they're going to start coming after white racists. Okay? Who's a white racist in their eyes? Let's think about that. Tucker Carlson, he's a racist to them. Alex Jones, Hannity, people like me and you. We're going to be considered racist terrorists. That's what he's calling it. He literally said racist terrorist, guys. We're in a lot of trouble. And I've talked to a lot of dug-in groups. I know a lot of people. I have people, friends everywhere, trust me. And you know what they say? Because I go on tangents. I'm like, did you see this? Did you hear about this? This is crazy. And they go, we know. Because they're awake. We're in a lot of trouble, guys. This nation's in a lot of trouble. Biden also talked about making our police forces under the control of the federal government. Now, if you guys understand what that means is, their directives on who they arrest and what they go after will come down from the federal government once they have full control of that. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised to end up seeing Black Lives Matter walking down the street with a badge. That's where we're heading. And I know it sounds crazy. You go, oh man, come on, that's never going to happen, Scott. What direction do you think we're headed? Once you see their playbook, you can see what it's going to happen. How soon? I don't know. I know, and I've said this on other shows. This summer, guys, this summer, this is where it's going to get crazy. I mean, shit is going to pop off. So I hope you guys your guns are clean. You can protect your property, protect your families. Your powder's dry, and you got powder. So you know you're going out there shooting and keeping yourself sharp. That's fine. Kick the 22s and do that because you need ammo. I mean, what good's a gun without ammo, right? A club. So here's another thing that just came up. And you know what? She's going to read some stuff to us in a minute here, but I'm still on a tangent, so I'm going to keep going a little bit on it. I don't know if you guys know this, but United States food stocks, what we have of them, we get shipped and that they build up in these big warehouses, they're 30% down right now. 30% of our stuff. That's telling me, guys, that this summer there's going to be a food shortage. Remember all that toilet paper that everybody's jacking? I mean, what the hell? It's emergency. Let's grab toilet paper. But I'm telling you, remember, it wasn't just the toilet paper, too. It started with the toilet paper. Then you'd walk down the can aisles where all the beans and stuff was, the cool stuff. Stuff was gone. And I know that's happening this summer. So please try to stock up a little extra. If I'm wrong, so what? You eat some extra stuff, whatever, but I got mine. I'm thinking about even doubling what I have. So that's why I'm not 100% pro police. Yeah, no, I'm not either, guys. Listen, I back the blue to a certain extent, but what's happening right now is, and we know this is happening, this is real shit, okay? A lot of the older cops that have been in service a long time are retiring early. What we're hearing is they're fast-tracking a lot of the younger cops from the academy and fast-tracking them up to get them in because, dude, nobody's wanting to do it. That's a problem because the leftist ideology is definitely going to be embedded in some of these people. So forget about the guy that's coming out of the crack neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Let's worry about the guy that's coming out of the shooting range with his friend that's rocking an American flag sticker on the back of his car. That's going to be the new crack cocaine because that's what they're showing it. And we're learning so much. The leaks from the police, the military, dude, I had so many military leaks this week, you guys. I mean, whoa. Let me sit out just a couple more little dealios here and we'll get on. She's got I'll stop for a minute, but I am pissed. And I am I'm going off about this crap. When we have no one that you can count on to call for help, okay? If you can't call the cops to get help when you need it, and they might come at you, or they might be after you and let the other people burn and do all this stuff. And that's what we're seeing, right? Okay? I could put a Black Lives Matter shirt on and cover my face and go down and start jacking up windows and harassing people in their businesses. And you know what? There's a pretty good chance I probably will not get messed with by the cops. But boy, don't put your Trump shirt on. Don't put your flag on your truck and go downtown San Diego because you're probably going to get arrested. And that's not so bad right now, okay? The cops are still really for the most part on our side. But when they're all retiring and they're fast-tracking these young guys, we're in a lot of trouble, dude, and especially if the federal government takes over the police department, which Biden's in his State of the Union address, and that's what it is. State of the Union address is what they call it, guys. That's what it's called, not that bullcrap they called it the other night, because they don't want to hear State of the Union, because that's togetherness. That's our union. That's not what they're about.
Do you know that 34 million less people watched Biden's first State of the Union compared to Trump's?
Yeah, and I seen the numbers a little bit on that. It was like really no one wanted to see what he said, and yet CNN and all these stupid, communist news networks and stuff were like, "Oh man, that was like one of the greatest speeches that Biden ever did in his life." And dude, he probably rehearsed that for like weeks, dude. I don't know. One thing that was interesting on it when me and my kid we did sit down and watch it. My kid goes, why is that lady giving? So the lady gives Nancy Pelosi a little note. Pelosi looks at it. She goes, okay, hands it back, and goes up and taps Biden on the shoulder. That's some kind of signal like, slow down or whatever, dude. Or I don't know. You got a booger hanging out. I don't know. But what this guy said is very dangerous. White America, if you're white, you're a racist. This is what's happening. This is where we're going. This is where we're going, guys. So the New World Order system globally, and they're winning. We are in danger. We are in a lot of danger. Okay, so I did post up something about Hunter Biden, which the guy is sick. You know what he's into, guys. And I know that they can't put a lot of that footage out on TV because it is child pornography. We know. I've seen a couple of clips of it. We know they raided Mayor Giuliani. They raided his place. And I'll write a note because something on that. But I watched an interview with him the other night, and it was really interesting. What a smart man. They're going to just keep coming after these guys. Here's something very interesting, okay? Hopefully you guys are there. You're following me. Okay. When they raided his house, which was like 3 o'clock in the morning, there was 9 officers. Came to his door, bang, bang, bang. He went to the door. He was very professional. He was cordial. They were professional. They took all his electronics. And he had said, when they were taking his electronics, he signed and did all this. He goes, don't you guys want the 2 hard drives from Hunter Biden? No, we don't want those. No. We don't want those. Well, your warrant says for electronics. Don't you want those? No, we don't. We don't want the Hunter Biden. No, we don't want that. We want this other stuff. Don't you guys think that's a little strange? Think about it. The cops come in your house to raid for electronics or evidence against something. But you have this evidence of felonies being committed. And there is a lot of felonies on there. Trust me, there is. There's felonies with the Ukraine deals. We know that there was child pornography on there. They don't want none of that. We don't. Oh, no. We don't want that.
Well, there's a double standard.
Okay, yeah, it's a double standard. And it's sickening to me. So that was something that I was really upset about. And he brought that out in his interview. It's really amazing. Anyway, so she's going to read us a Hunter Biden thing. I'm going to grab a drink real quick, beer or something. She's going to read it to us because we know from the story, guys, that Hunter Biden's going to be a teacher at a university. She's going to give us more of the details of what school. And it's not necessarily a teacher, well, kind of, sort of thing. She's going to read it to us, okay? All right. I will let you take it over.
Thank you. So Hunter Biden has nabbed a speaking gig at Tulane University to talk to students about fake news for a course called Media Polarization and Public Policy Impacts. He's going to join.
Well, Hunter, how would you like to have him for a teacher? Wouldn't that be something? What's the name of the university?
Tulane University.
Tulane? Where? Now, what state?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay. So he's basically going to do a semester there, is what she was kind of getting into.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got the article back. So he's going to discuss the current state of the media landscape in the United States and how media polarization, fake news, and the economics of the new business impact public policy making in Washington, D.C. Biden is one of 10 guest speakers invited by the New Orleans University during the 10-week course.
Now, he is, you guys, he's not really the teacher. He's a guest speaker. But check it out. Listen to what the subject's on. Fake news. So he's going to be a guest speaker on fake news. Man, you talk about calling the kettle black. This guy, I mean, you can't even make this kind of stuff up, man. You know, that's like.
Well, and the thing is, so the Post, the New York Post, exclusively reported that he helped arrange a 2015 meeting between his then vice president father and his Ukrainian energy firm executive boss, whom the elder Biden later helped shield from investigation.
Oh, yeah.
Is better known for his drug, sex, and legal scandals than his media expertise.
That whole family is the Biden crime family. You know, I'm sure they got bodies on them, guys. I know they do. I mean, they're dirty. Here's something else. We'll skip over. We'll do something else real quick here, but I don't have it written down because a lot of the stuff is. There's another one over. A lot of the stuff I compute all week, and I get built up, and I get pissed off, and when I come on here, then I want to release some of it. And there's some good stuff. And I get these articles. Some articles stick with me more than others, but let's see here. Roger Stone. We all know, hopefully most of you guys know, that Roger Stone was basically arrested in the middle of the night and had fought, and he got out, and he's a free man right now. But they put him through a loop. They sucked all his money up. It was bullshit charges. Well, Roger Stone was a key instrument in the election of Trump because he really knew the Clinton crime family very well. And he told a lot of secrets that they didn't want out. So they've had a hard on to go after him. So anyway, I'll tell you something that's very fascinating. He lives in Florida. They would love to take him out. In fact, we got several people you guys need to watch for. Tucker, Alex Jones, Hannity. They're going to start coming down on people, man. You guys, this is not a joke, man. They're going to, I mean, I get worried sometimes because they're making a lot of threats. When they go out and when the president of the United States goes on national TV, okay, with the State of the Union address is what it really is called, and basically says we're going to go after racism, and to their definition of racism is a guy in a pickup truck with a flag. We're in a lot of trouble, guys. So here's what happened to Roger Stone the other day. We know he's been getting pressure. He gets threats. They're always on his ass. The building across the street from his house exploded massively. They still don't know what the cause was, but there's a lot of talk that it could be possibly a drone strike. I wouldn't put it past them. I forget what gal on one of those communist news channels the other day.
Nicole Wallace.
Was it Nicola Wallace? She brought that up. MSNBC. She said they should authorize drone strikes on civilians in the United States to go after racist terrorists. That's a lot of problems, dude.
If they have the wrong politics, she suggested.
Yeah, if they have the wrong politics, if they're extreme, which means if you don't agree with what I say or what I have, then you're a terrorist. And that's what's happening. That is exactly what's happening, guys. Just because I don't agree with their politics, I'm a terrorist, I'm a bad person. We have got to get this under control because right now this is dangerous. This is danger talk. I don't even know how long I'll even do these shows. I'm going to do a few shows, but I'm telling you, this stuff is sketch. It almost makes you want to, and I've talked to a lot of people, it almost makes you want to run to the hills. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to run and fight. I'm not going to run and hide. I would rather fight. Can you put up InfoWars on that for me? All right. So right now, food shortage over 30%. That's a problem. We know that coal plants are being shut down every day, guys. What do you think is going to happen this summer when we start drawing a bunch of energy? Now, I'm in Southern California. Now, I know that this is called, the page is California Patriots. It actually started, let me give you a little thing. It started off, I made a page a few years ago called California Patriots Resistance, CPR. Facebook does not like that term, resistance. They don't like the word resistance. They don't like the word patriot. So, a partner of mine, we were up around, God, I think we were about 1,500 in strength. And we actually had a meeting. We had to come together here at a local mall, and we had a lot of members come, and we had emergency plans in case of emergency. This is what you do. This is where you can go. These are safe places. This person you can call. Great networking. What communities should do. Facebook got a hold of it, scrapped it. So we came back, and in order to not, I tried 2 or 3 times to call it California Patriots Resistance 2.0 or whatever, all these different things. It kept getting knocked off. So I put SMD in there, and that's kind of a network, of friends that we have that. And we'll talk about that meeting someday. But anyway, so that's why the page is called that. But it really is California Patriots Resistance. And then we put it up to other people too. We have a lot of friends that are Bikers for Trump and 1776 Patriots. There's a lot of different groups out there. But I always, in the last show too, I encourage people to actually, and hopefully they did, get tight with your community and people around you that are like-minded. Because check it out. Wouldn't you want someone to come help if they're storming in your shit? Taking your crap down, burning you out of your house? Don't put it past them. You know what they're capable of doing. They've done it in Waco. They've done it to Randy Weaver. They shot his wife in the head holding a baby in the kitchen with a sniper. They killed his son. They killed the dog. Ruby Ridge, man. You can't, the Bundy situation up north here with the cattle. No, the government can be dirty, man. If they want to come after you, they're going to come after you. And right now, we know that their sights are on 3%ers. They're on the Oath Keepers. They're on groups. And not just groups, guys. That's where it starts, okay? You want to be walking, do you want to be labeled like that? Listen, there's no systemic racism in this country. People keep going, oh my God, well, there's so much. Quit telling me the racist stuff. Yeah, it blows my mind. You can make a pack of cigarette, anything racist, dude, if you talk about it enough. It's ridiculous. If anything, guys, everybody has an opportunity in this country. You want to lay on your ass and don't do anything. Shit, I know white people like that. I know Mexican people like that. I know black people like that. If you want to do that, that's on you. You ain't going to get nowhere. But hardworking people that have good ethics and morals go places in this country. We all have an opportunity. In fact, let's even go for a step further. You want to really talk about racism? What about affirmative action? So you'll get the job because of your color, not for your qualifications. Okay? That's racist right there in itself. If I have a company, guys, I want the best person for that job. I don't want to have to hire you because of your color. I want to hire you because of your skills. So I always judge people by their demerits, their skills. I don't care what color you are. Everybody wants to see color. And it's a big, heated issue. So I don't know. I'm rambling, but it just gets under my skin, and I don't know. We are in a lot of trouble. You guys, all this stuff's going on it's for a reason. When they're doing these things, these slow little chomp bits, there's an end game. And speaking of end game, Speaking of Endgame, guys, I encourage everybody. You can go on Amazon. Well, I don't like using Amazon because you're supporting the enemy. If you have to, there's something you really have to do, you go on Amazon. But for the most part, I try not to go on Amazon. But you can go on Amazon. You can go on eBay, or you can go to InfoWars, in fact. And there's a documentary that was made a couple years ago by Alex Jones. It's called The End Game. Let me tell you something. This documentary lays out the entire thing of what's happening right now. It is incredible. And it ain't no cartoon flying space things around and all that crap that people in the past go, oh, you got to see this. No, this is what's really happening right now. So I encourage everybody to try to check it out. It costs $4. It's $3.99. It's called The End Game, and there's no copyrights to it. In fact, it's encouraged to copy and spread because people need to wake up. And I do see people waking up. I do see people waking up right now, guys. But there's not enough, and it's not fast enough because the speed of what they're pushing right now is really fast. And they have to, guys. They have to because their whole game is weak. But it's happening. They're using manipulation in the masses to do it. You have millenniums right now. Millenniums that are educated. They're not stupid because I've talked to them, some of them. And they have a lot of knowledge of what's going on. But even in their minds, they think, well, Black Lives Matters, that's a great movement. Really? It's a great organization. I mean, my God. I mean, do they even know what Black Lives Matter really does? We're talking looting, burning, intimidating, extorting businesses. We know they've done this, okay? And it's crazy because you actually get the NBA, the NFL. You get all these sponsors, Walmart, Home Depot, which blew me away. All these companies, even Target, has gave money to Black Lives Matter. So some of these leaders of Black Lives Matter that are sitting in these mansions and stuff up in LA, that's where the money's coming from. Now, I'm hoping something happens with this gal. I remember her name. She bought a $1.4 million house up in Topanga Canyon. Very exclusive community. I know it well. I've been through there. But the IRS is starting to climb up her butt a little bit, want to know, where's this money? I mean, how are you getting all this, But they're not putting pressure because she's Black Lives Matter. I mean, an organization that's tied to patriotism or freedom, they're crawling up their butt. They're using the IRS like a weapon right now. You're playing politics, hot potato. They don't care about the truth. They hate you because you're white and you're a man and you're a patriot. Nothing will make except. Yeah, I agree. I mean, white, male, Christian, you're the enemy. You are the enemy. There's an old term for it. And I've thought about making it into a page. Back in the day, way back, I remember as a little kid seeing this guy that had this tattoo, and he was right here, and it said W.A.S.P. What is that? He said, that's WASP. Well, what's WASP? White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. This comes from an old European type term for an upper crust white. It doesn't have to be white. You're a European, hardworking European. You made your money deal. And I thought, wow, that's kind of trippy. This guy didn't look like he was making a lot of money. He just looked like one badass mofo. So that term's been around a long, long time. I might end up doing something with that. It's pretty fascinating. But I'm not all white. I'm half Spanish and I'm half German. So I'm kind of angry drunk or what, I don't know. But I don't really drink that much. So I get mad.
Angry patriot.
Yeah, I get mad. But the war is on for the white man. No doubt. No doubt. It's on. And you're either going to stand up to it or you're going to get on your knees. And I'll tell you right now, I ain't getting on my knees. That ain't going to happen to this old boy. No. So let's take a look at some mainstream articles that are coming up right now. We'll do a little bit of that. And we'll see what you guys think of that. But I had to get that stuff out because we are in danger, guys. This is real. You know, and a lot of people might not think it's real until they're goddamn crawling up your ass at your door. It ain't going to be funny then. It ain't going to be funny. Now, we know they're... See how they're pushing these little things, you guys? You see how the CNN comes out with, well, we should authorize drone strikes on Americans, United States. These little things they keep pushing, okay? And people go, wow, that's kind of outrageous. And then you forget about it. Then they push another thing outrageous. So later on, when they do start doing, they go, well, yeah, you know, we heard about that or what. No, we got to stand up and fight against tyranny. So let's see here what we got. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. Freaking news. I mean, what news I can get is underground type news. So it's not going to be any of those fake channels, that's for sure. I would not want to be a cop right now, I'll tell you that. And I work next to a sheriff's department, guys. And let me tell you, man, these guys are not happy right now. This is not a good deal. Like I said, a lot of them are retiring, and they're fast tracking the younger cops up. And I know they're being brainwashed. I guarantee it. I thought I had this up here. Yeah, here we go. I'll read a couple things. I'm glad to see everybody came out. I know it's Friday night. You guys are tired from working all week. I am too. But, you know, if you haven't woke up yet and you're not strapped deep and got ammo and food and stuff, you better do it. You better do it, man, because this is going to be one hell of a summer. And I know it's coming. It's coming, man. I don't know why my feature thing's not working here. So there we go. Okay. Okay, so Antifa announces. Check this out, guys. Let's kill some cops. Antifa infiltrated by undercover Trump supporter records a plot and attacks. Can you imagine the attacks that they're plotting that we don't even know about? Luckily, we had a patriot that figured this out. So that's a pretty cool article. We know that they've been pushing this passport for the vax, and we got a couple states that came out and said, nope, not doing that here. We know Florida. I think it was Montana. I think there's been several states that go, nope, we're making that illegal, so that's good. Let's see here. Oh, I had got this article. You want to read this article? It's pretty good. I'll let her read this article because she's a better reader than I am. Oops, let's go back there. This is a guy, and I'll just give a little insight on it real quick before she reads it. It's a silver and gold shop. Okay, this guy sells gold. He sells silver, and I love this. I love this because this is really a patriot. You ready on that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead on that. That's it. This is a pretty good one, guys.
A gold and silver dealer in Canada says his sales shot up $1 million after he banned face masks and patrons who have been vaccinated against coronavirus. Steve Merrill, the owner of Sun City Silver and Gold Exchange in Kelowna,
that's a weird
British Columbia,
yeah,
says he put the measures in place to protect his staff, clients, and his merchandise. We would rather not be exposed to people who have been vaccinated and who could shed the virus.
All right, hold that for a second. Okay, so what he's doing, guys, I know it's harder to hear. I got to get another microphone. I'm got one on order. It's all going to be set up. But a business in Canada that does a lot of business with gold and silver, which silver is up really good right now. if you've been vaccinated, there's a sign on his front door. I wish I could post it up. I'm going to learn how to do that. That says, if you've been vaccinated, don't even come in. We don't want you to, what was the term? Shedding?
Yeah.
Now, this is the term being used now, guys. It's called shedding. What it is, as scientists are learning that vaccinators can spread mutated type viruses to non-vax, and it's deadly, according to the scientists that are not in the mainstream Fauci science, real science, because he was nothing. This guy was low in his class. He was nobody, dude. He's a POS.
They have a picture of a sign, and it says, "Notice: no face mask allowed within these private premises.
Mm-hmm.
Please lower your face diaper or go somewhere else."
Lower your face diaper or go find someone else. Don't come in my business. And this guy's at record high. I mean, people love this guy.
Yeah.
I would support that guy. I would drive way out of my way to do. Well, I'm obviously not driving to Canada, but I wonder what wonder what the average Canadian feels about their military practicing with communist Red Army troops. And this was said to be, well, they're doing cold weather training. No. The prime minister came out and said they did, 9 exercises? Was it 9? Mm-hmm. 9 exercises, guys, with the Red Army of China in our backyard. I say, remember the North America Agreement? We give special deals and tax breaks for bringing goods across. Screw you. Go to hell. Shut that border down. If you got to call civilians from the northern areas to help patrol the borders, you do it. That's what really needs to be done. We need somebody to step up. And I'm not going to sit here and knock on Trump, guys, because I love Trump. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If Trump runs, I will vote for Trump. I will back Trump. I will sweat for him. But I don't think it's a good idea. I love Trump a lot, but I believe that this is a different time. The new millenniums are on the fence. They're some of them could go left, some of them can go right. They're getting information. Some people just flat out don't like Trump. We love him. We understand him. We know what he's about. I love Trump. But it might not be the time. I don't know. And I think Trump's feeling that too, and he's not sure. Now, they did announce he's going to start opening up his rallies within, I think it's next week, I believe. So that'll be really great. And he still hasn't made a commitment to run. He's going to be endorsing people because we need to get the House back, guys. He needs to help endorse potential Republicans in the race for the House. We got to get the House back. These guys have full control. They can do anything right now, and we're seeing it. We're not even feeling, check it out, we're not even feeling the effects of all this money they spent yet. Oh, we will. This summer, it was my prediction we will. So, as far as Trump, we're going to have to see what he does. I would like to see Flynn run. I'd like to see DeSantis maybe do VP or vice versa. DeSantis go president, maybe Flynn run VP. I'd love to see it. I'd like to see a whole cabinet build. I'd like to see Candace Owen in there.
I saw something about Trump having DeSantis as VP.
That would be good. But here's the thing with Trump, and I'm just not sure yet. I'd love to hear what you guys feel about it. What do you guys think out there? Because, Trump, I love him. But, dude, a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth with him. You need that undecided vote. You need that vote that will sway. Because, obviously, I'm not changing my mind. If Trump wins or runs, I will vote for him. But what I'm talking about is the people who are on the fence that don't have all the information. Would Trump be the best? Because bottom line, guys, this struggle has been here before Trump, and it'll be here after Trump. Do I love him? Yes. He was a spokesperson. He said the things I wanted him to say. He was doing what he wanted to do. Is he perfect? No, nobody's freaking perfect, dude. He's made mistakes. But we have to pick the candidate that's best for the future for our people right now. So I don't know. I'm still up in the air. I'm not going to go pro. I'm not going to go negative. I don't know. I know Flynn is looking very good. He's very respectable. He knows how to hold himself. He's real political. He doesn't get riled up real easy. Oh, so also My Pillow guy. My Pillow dude is freaking awesome. He spent so much money helping the cause. He's the one that I hear is supposed to be launching this new platform. That he's really behind it. It's a Trump platform, but I guess it's heavily involved with My Pillow. So we'll see. Yeah, Trump was a liberal for many years. And he did say the things I wanted him to say. I love the comment, M1. I just, you can't, I understand you're done voting, but we can't do that. We have to get out. We got to win that Congress back. Now, we know that there's some, I feel like you sometimes too. Well, why should I vote? They just fucking cheat us. I mean, Abraham Lincoln could come up from the grave and run, and he'd lose to them because they'd just use Dominion and blow him out of the water. True. But we know that there's stuff going on in Arizona right now. You know that there is a clause in the Constitution, guys, that they wouldn't give it to Trump. But if Arizona was to find that it was huge fraud, which we know they're going to find, there is a clause that can be used, and I forget the name of it. It's a special word, but they could make a revote. They could make United States revote, and it is true. That is in the Constitution. So it's very interesting on Arizona right now. We got to keep our eyes on that. And we know they're hiding something. They sent a damn team of lawyers to Arizona, throwing all kinds of cash everywhere, man, trying to use influence. And they want to stop that recount. Now, why would you want to stop that recount unless you got something to hide? A recount? So what? Okay. A legitimate recount that's done by a separate company. This is a very trusted company. This company's been around a long time. It's very scrutinized. We need to really, when we see that, and I know because what's the county, Conocosta County? What is it called? Something like that? Maricola County or something like, I don't know. I don't know Arizona like I know California, but I can tell you this, from what I understand about that county, is it is a red county. It always has been, and you could go back years and years and years, and it's always extremely conservative. But yet in that county this time, Maricopa County. But in this county on this vote for Biden, mysteriously it just turned blue. I don't buy it, dude. Historically, that is an extremely red region. There's a lot of strong retired people in that area. Cops, firemen, just good old folks, man. They're small-time town mentality people, good old strong Americanos, man. John Wayne, apple pie eating, AR-14, ARs blasting your backyard and piss back there if you want it. Just good old Americans, chickens running around, whatever. Sick of this crap, man. So let's see what happens in Arizona in the next couple of weeks. I'm on top of it. I got a buddy out there, and he's all up in it, man. This guy's been sending me off the chart stuff, man. It's awesome. He's the one that actually broke us, Kurt out there. He's the one that broke us the story on the Canadian troops training. And by the way, if you guys want to verify that, that is, what's the Canadian news company that comes out of?
Oh, Rebel Voice.
Rebel's Voice, yeah, out of Canada. That's out of Quebec, I believe. Quebec. So you could, you could verify that. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass and tell you all these Q fantasies and all this crap. I'm telling you what I see and how I feel, because I'm just the average guy, dude. I go to work, I come home, and I'm watching my country fall apart. And I'm getting rattled. Because now it's not just a little bit, it's digging in. You wait, you guys feel the weather getting warm? wait. Well, says Scott, nothing will change if we stop voting. If we stop, they win. That's right. There's got to be some kind of, I don't know. I don't know who's suing. I don't really know what's going on behind that. It looks like we thought there was good traction on this Dominion, getting it to be defrauded. We know that some machines were found, some machines were gone through, and it's been real hush-hush. I know lawsuits went all the way up to the Supreme Court with Trump. Nothing was done. So Arizona is not trying to pick out the software or anything in these Dominion machines. That's too difficult. There's too much ways that they can cheat and lie and steal and block that. They're going after the vote, the paper vote. Now, here's the thing. With these votes, it's used special paper. So if you get these weird papers, those don't count. It's sad because there's no name on these ballots, guys. The name is on the envelope. There's no name on ballots. So they're just looking at ballots, okay? But they have these special programs that they can tell if a machine put these dots in there, okay? They could tell microscopically if that was done by a computer system. So this stuff's being analyzed by some good people. They're not screwing around. They're not playing fuck around. They're doing it right. We'll see what comes out of this. Let's see here. So that was, I don't know where we're at on. Yeah, we've been doing this for about an hour, guys. So I won't take up too much of your Friday night. There's live stuff going on right now. In fact, before I got on the computer here, I was watching PT, which I like watching PT guy on YouTube. He's great. The only thing I don't like about that is in his chat, he will censor. And I'm not talking censoring, saying bad words or anything. He will just censor. They don't like exactly what you're going to say. They'll censor you. I brought up, I was on his chat the other day, and I put in there that the percentage of white males that were killed in the hands of police that were unarmed was way higher than black. And armed, way higher. Now, I understand there's more of us than there is of them. But when you still get down to the numbers, more white males are killed by police officers' hands every year than any other race, more than Asian, more than Mexican, more than black. So when I keep hearing this screaming that cops are out there just killing black men, it just makes me, it's stupid. It is the stupidest freaking thing because it ain't happening like that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming on. This is show number 2. I got a lot more stuff, trust me, because as we're going along, I'm digging further and I'm getting good intel from a lot of different people. Now, I did have, and I'll just bring it up because I'm not going to, I can't prove it, okay? But I do have some intel that came out of Alaska that supposedly one of our airplanes was shot down. I can't confirm that right now. So I don't want to say, oh, yeah, I can't. We also know that there's troop movement heading up to Alaska. Now, that's pretty confirmed, and I can't say where I get that from, but there's been like 1,000, I think, shipped out the other day. Something's going on. They're prepping. They're doing some stuff. We know that there's some weird troop movements going on. So unusual aircraft flying over different areas. Black Hawks just wham, heading out to the coast. Weird stuff like probes. So keep your eyes open. If you have your smartphone with you, if you see something weird, take a picture. You can always throw it up. Next week, because I'm going to play with this program, I will be able to have it where we can put up stuff. Also, next week, I will have a phone number there for anybody in chat. You want to call and you want to bring up a subject and talk, we're going to have that. We're going to have live talking that you guys can participate. And if I don't get anybody who wants to do that or whatever, I'll have a special guest maybe call. I know some good old boys, and they won't be showing their face on the phone, but they're going to really tell it how it is. There's only so much you can do when you're showing your face. When you call, you can say a lot of stuff. So as long as it's not inciting any violence, you can give your opinion on what you feel. And I know some good boys that are ready to talk. So I appreciate you guys watching me. The National Awakening is going to keep giving you some good intel every week. Please hit your thumbs up if you can, and we'll see you next week. I thank you guys for coming out. I really do. There we go.